Oh yeah, it's sounding like it's Monday all over again. I hope y'all ready to get your week started. Thank y'all so much for joining us today right here on Influencer Radio. You are now listening to the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host today, Kevin C. Pride. And it's been a busy weekend. We coming off a real busy weekend. I don't know about y'all. I sat at home and did nothing.
Nothing's important. It is important.
They tell me you need to do that sometime.
Hey, you gotta take a moment. What they say, stop and smell the roses or something like that.
I know, right? So today we got let's go ahead and get our announcements out of the way as we are getting rolling. I love that beat. This is my jam, but it's Motivation Monday. All right. So back once again. I am officially an author. I'm a part of an anthology book entitled Voices Behind Mental Illness. I have a problem with that title. I got to be honest with y'all. Because it just don't sound right.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I did have questions. I had questions.
I'm trying to do my part. It's called Taking Off the Mask. This is series 4. It is available on Amazon. And all the proceeds that I raise go to charity to help support people with mental illness and to help support charities that help stop suicide. We joke about it and we laugh or whatever about the title, but to be honest with you, it's a very serious thing, mental illness. I have dealt with depression and that type of stuff in my life, so I try to help others by telling my story and getting people to start talking about theirs, because what I realize is the more you start talking to people, the more you start to find out, you ain't alone.
Yeah, you got that connection.
You know what I'm saying? And you start to say, wow, other people are suffering with this too. It's not just me.
Yep.
So please go to Amazon, check out the book. I do not know the chapter number I'm on, but mine is A Journey Still in Progress. So,
you in there though?
Yes.
You gotta do something. You just got a little, do
I'm an official author. After this weekend, I think we might be best selling. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm claiming it though. Also, check out the new Influencer 365 commercial. It is on Instagram, it is on Facebook, it is on LinkedIn. It is very inspiring, very powerful. Go to our Instagram page at 365 Influencer. Go to our Facebook at Influencer 365. Give us some likes, give us some shares, give us some comments. Let us know that you're listening. Lastly, Discussions returns in October 24th. We will be sitting down with the realest man in radio, not me, but Rashad Ritchie from CBS Radio. He will be sitting down with us.
Oh, big name.
Oh yeah, and we will be having an interesting discussion and conversation about media and branding in this day and age. So you definitely want to stay tuned and find out more about that. I will have an official flyer out this week, location and everything, but that will be October the 24th. So make sure you start to save your dates now. We get started at 6:30 p.m. and we go to about 9 o'clock. We have food, we have networking, we have cocktails, and we have a great discussion. So I really want everybody to join us for that. And I will, like I say, have that flyer out. So stay tuned to our social media pages on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on Instagram. So today, I got some great guests and some very powerful guests. So I thought today that we would talk about what makes a leader. A leader is defined as, this is from vocabulary.com, just in case, because I looked at the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It just says one who leads. I don't really think that really gets to the heart of what I was trying to figure out. But a leader is the one in charge, the person who convinces other people to follow. A great leader inspires confidence in other people and moves them to action. Now, one thing I have found out in life, we all leaders. Every last one of us, we are leading somebody. Somebody is watching you, somebody is following you, and they are following behind what you do. Me, in my life, a lot of times I end up in that ultimate leadership role as far as running a company or running a family, but I'm following God. So all of us are following someone or something. Thank you. So what are some of the characteristics of a great leader? Now, one of those characteristics are sincere enthusiasm. True enthusiasm for a business, its product, and its mission cannot be faked. And that is so true. I tell people all the time, I can sell anything that I believe in. Because if I don't believe in it, trust me, you are not going to get me to fake it. Because every time my real feelings, my real motivations are really going to come out. So sincere enthusiasm. You really need to be excited about the mission. You need to be excited about the work that you're doing, or you need to be excited about whatever cause it is that you're leading. And that enthusiasm alone is really what energizes other people and motivates other people to follow and get your back and follow behind the mission and movement. Integrity. Integrity is a big one. Integrity, whether it's giving proper credit for accomplishments, acknowledging mistakes, or putting safety and quality first, great leaders exhibit integrity at all times. And I think that is very powerful. As far as making sure that people get the proper credit, I try my best to make sure that I always give my staff a lot of praise and a lot of credit for the work that they do, because trust me, no one out here that's successful is doing it by themselves. We all got some type of team behind us.
I mean, Jesus had 12 disciples.
Amen.
just going to throw that out there.
But the powerful thing about that is those 12 disciples is really what helped him spread that gospel and
exactly.
really help him accomplish his mission. And by giving praise to your team and giving them the chance to earn the accolades, that's how you can really inspire people and really make more people really want to work with you, because nobody wants to work with someone that takes all the credit, never praises anybody else for what they're doing, never says a kind word to the people that work for them, just, oh, well, you did the job or whatever. So integrity is a very, very big part. The next thing, great communication skills. Leaders must motivate, instruct, and discipline the people they are in charge of. They can accomplish none of these things if they aren't very skilled communicators. Now, being a skilled communicator, what does this mean? Being a skilled communicator or being a good communicator means that I can take the ideas, I can take my visions, and I can communicate those to people in a way that they can understand it, in a way that they can actually follow behind it. So when we talk about being a good communicator in a leadership role, we're really talking about being able to sit down, verbalize your goals, verbalize what we are all here to achieve, being able to write that vision down, being able to make that vision plain, put together steps so that other people can follow and help you accomplish that goal. Loyalty. Loyalty is a big one, because nobody wants to work for someone or with someone or follow somebody that they feel that don't have their back. We all as leaders, we want people to be loyal to us, but as leaders, we need to be loyal to them. The best leaders understand that true loyalty is reciprocal. That means what you do for me, I do for you. As long as you got my back, I got your back. And that's how all leaders, great leaders, should always be. Decisiveness. A good leader isn't simply empowered to make decisions due to their position. I would say this. If you're going to lead people, you need to learn how to make good decisions, make them quickly, and understand exactly what it is that we're trying to achieve and trying to accomplish in this situation. When you make this decision, you need to understand what the consequences are going to be, have your team and have your staff or have your followers or whoever ready for these type of consequences that they may face. So you have to be very decisive as a leader. Managerial competence, being able to manage people, being able to manage situations and projects. That is another great accolade for leaders. And I got a great leader that's calling in right now. We're going to take him in 1 second. Let me get through this one, though. Managerial competence. So you need to be able to lead other people. You need to make sure that you can manage progress and manage projects, as well as manage other people. Empowerment. A good leader has faith in their ability to train and develop the employees under them. The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done, and self-restraint to keep from meddling with them while they do it. Now, Theodore Roosevelt said that, and I think what he meant by that is, and I think a lot of us do this, not to micromanage people. Once you give someone this responsibility, or you give someone this role and say, look, this is the result that we're looking for, you need to get out of their way and allow them to accomplish what it is that you gave them to do. Because a lot of times we want it done our way. Well, there's more than one way to do anything. So you want to make sure that you are empowering your people to be able to go out and carry out the goals and duties that you've asked them to do. Lastly, charisma. Simply put, people are more likely to follow the lead of those they like. So these are just some of the key things that we find in great leaders. And today I have a great example of a leader, an expert in the leadership field. He's America's #1 alpha leadership expert, Mr. Terry Budgett. Mr. Terry, are you with me today?
I am here. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we are talking about what makes a great leader, and I could think of nobody better than you to have this conversation with.
Thank you for having me.
Well, now, tell me a little bit about what you think as the America's #1 alpha leadership expert. You tell me a little bit what you think about what makes a great leader.
Well, simply put, the definition of leadership as defined by most people, specifically in military or in higher level echelons, is that it's about influence.
Okay.
But the thing is this, it goes much, much deeper than that. You can be influential based on your position or personality or just by virtue of people who know you. But the real catalyst of leadership is really self-discovery.
Wow.
When I say self-discovery, I'm talking about knowing who you are internally and what specific gift you have that makes you influential.
Wow. Now,
I think that most people consider leadership in and of itself primarily based on positions that you hold. And that's not real leadership. That's just authority based on position. Your leadership should be contingent upon the gift that you have,
okay,
who you empower and who you elevate, and how everyone becomes leaders because of your influence.
Wow. Leaders make leaders.
That. Definitely that. Because in essence, a true leader isn't defined by the number of people that follow him. He's defined by the number of people that follow him that are no longer necessary.
Wow. That's powerful. I didn't even know you was gonna come on here and be that good. I don't even have a comeback for that. Now, Terry, you've been in this leadership space for quite some time now. About how long have you been a leadership expert and been doing the trainings that you're doing?
Well, I would say roughly about 15, 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
Because I'm retired military, and my military experiences have groomed me to become the person that I am. Because when I look back in my experiences, to be quite honest, Kevin, I was a follower to begin with.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I enlisted in the military that I found my true leadership personality.
Now, do you think leaders are born leaders, or does it take the right circumstance and situation to bring that out of them?
The average leader who's really become influential are usually created out of crisis.
Okay.
When I say created out of crisis, let's take a look at some of the things that have happened in the world. Let's go back to Moses.
Okay.
About slavery and oppression. We can even go to Martin Luther King, civil rights. Rosa Parks, the same situation.
Okay.
To identify what your true gift is, you have to know who you are. And usually crisis pulls your leadership ability out of you. And the most interesting thing is, Kevin, that most people don't even know what their leadership potential is until a crisis occurs.
That's true. That's true.
And that's why I go back to saying true leaders know who they are, they know what their gift is, and they give it to the world. And the people that follow you call you leader. You don't call it yourself because they're the ones who give you the authority to lead them.
Wow. That is powerful. Now, tell me some of the key things that you talk about when you start talking about being an alpha leader. What does it mean to be an alpha leader?
An alpha leader is, well, let's break it down. The alpha is an acronym. It's what I distinguish as the exceptional leader. The A in alpha is attitude. L is leadership.
Okay.
E is purpose. H is honor. And the remaining A is acumen. These are what I consider the pillars of the exceptional leader, because to be an exceptional leader and to see things as opposed to how average people or average leaders see them, you have to have the right attitude. Second component is leadership. Leadership, as I said before, is about influence, but it's still about knowing who you are. It's about self-discovery. That self-discovery gives you the ability to influence.
Okay.
P is purpose. If you're going to be an effective and efficient leader, you have to know your why. Why do I do this? Is it because I want to become self-absorbed, or I want someone to put me on the pedestal? Or do I want to make a significant difference or a significant impact so that other people can be empowered to become their better selves? H is honor. Honor deals with integrity. Simply put, if I don't trust you or you're not a person of your word, then I won't do business with you.
Okay.
Period. And A, the last part of the alpha acronym, is acumen. Acumen deals with decision-making and judgment. Any effective leader has to be, 1, knowledgeable, 2, competent. If you're going to make decisions, you have to also understand that your decisions affect the lives of other people. So you have to be a good judge of character, a good manager of resources, and a good leader of people. Because every decision that you make doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone else that's around you and the things that you're able to do or fail to do.
Now, the first one you mentioned is attitude. Why is attitude so important?
Attitude is the catalyst of everything. It doesn't matter what kind of skills you have, what kind of abilities or talents that you have. If you have the wrong attitude, everything falls apart. I gave a demonstration one time where I had a glass, a toothpick, and 2 forks, and they were balanced on the edge of the glass.
Okay.
The interesting thing is this. When I put them on the edge of the glass and they were balanced by the toothpick, which, by the way, is much weaker than the forks, the attitude is what held everything together. You're going to find that people, even in your inner circle, can be distracting, even the people that are closest to you. But as long as you have the right attitude, everything holds together. Even, for example, if you're looking for a job, you may not have the necessary education, you may not have the necessary skills, but I'll hire you because you have the right attitude.
That's right.
It's really that simple. Attitude can carry you places where skill and talent won't.
That is powerful. I'm going to need you to tell my daughter that. Now, the second one, you talked about leadership. Explain that one to me.
Leadership, as I mentioned, the primary focus of it is really self-discovery in this context.
Okay.
Everyone, hear me, Kevin, everyone has a gift, whether they realize it or not. That gift or that ability is God-given, and it's your sphere of influence, not the position that you have, not the people that you know, and not the things that you can do. Your ability, your uniqueness, your distinctiveness gives you your influential ability. When people know what you have, they know what to come to you for.
Okay.
Think of it in this context. When you think about Michael Jordan, what's the first thing you think of?
Basketball.
When you think about Tiger Woods, what's the first thing you think of?
Golf.
Yeah, they discovered their gift. If they had not discovered their gift, mastered it, and given it to the world, would you even know who they were?
That's true. Wow. I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah, because people don't come to you for who you are. They come for you for what you have. That's your gift. That's your true leadership.
Now, the next one is P for purpose. Now, purpose is a big thing, and I think that's one of the bigger things that I've really talked about this year in 2019, talking about purpose, walking in purpose, discovering your purpose. What are some of the key things that you see about purpose that helps leadership?
Purpose really breaks down to a simple characteristic. Why?
Okay.
And that's really it. Your purpose is your reason for being, your reason for doing, your reason for making change, your reason for impacting the world. Why do I do this? Because if you don't know your why, then why are you?
Wow. Okay. And why is anybody following you?
Yeah, and not even so much that. If you don't know why, I'll forget the quote was this: the greatest tragedy in the world is not death; it's living or existing and not knowing why.
Wow, that is powerful.
And when you don't know your why, you are simply existing. You're not really living. You're not really fulfilling your purpose. You can't become a leader unless you know why you have leadership ability. And that's why each one of the pillars plays on the other. They are not, they can be, what's the word I want to use? they can be independent and yet interdependent because each one elevates the other.
Okay. Wow. So when we start talking about your why, but your why also a lot of times I find out is a lot of that connection point of why other people start to follow behind you as well because they share that same why, I guess you would say.
Much of your why deals with passion.
Okay.
When I say passion, if you're doing something to help someone and you really want the best out of it, it's not really work. It's fulfillment of your why.
That's true.
This is why I do these things, because it helps someone else. As, the thing about an alpha, and that's why I harp on it so much about being an exceptional leader, true alphas, hear me, Kevin, true alphas, true exceptional leaders know why they are here, and they don't focus on anything except that.
Wow.
I am here to ... And that is the vision of their better selves. If you don't know why, then you're in a chaotic state.
Wow.
It's like a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways because he doesn't know why he's here.
Okay.
And when he doesn't know why, he stumbles.
Wow. Now the next one is honor. I think we all can kind of understand why honor is important when they have that type of integrity.
One of the chapters I put in my book of the Leader's Blueprint was honor. I was watching a movie some years ago called The Last Samurai, and I really got into the movie because I was trying to understand why they were so disciplined, why they were so focused on a specific skill, and why honor was so important. Because honor deals with your name, your character, your distinctiveness.
Okay.
And as I said, it also focuses in on integrity. If you are not trustworthy, then no one would do business with you. No one would do anything with you. It's a lesson that my grandmother taught me as a child. She said this to me, and I was about 9 years old. She said to me, "Your name will go farther than you ever will."
Wow.
And if you are untrustworthy, your lack of trust will carry weight across the waters. Not just, even though no one's ever seen you, they know of you because your name travels.
That's true.
Your lack of trust does as well.
Reputation is everything.
Oh, yeah. That's why you must always have integrity. You must always maintain your honor.
Well, let's see if we can get this last one in before we go to break. Acumen. Let's try to get this last one in real quick.
Acumen deals with decision-making and judgment. So many people make mistakes, and we all have at some point.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, when we make the mistake, did we learn from it? No one is perfect, and I certainly don't claim to be because I still make mistakes. The question is, am I looking at what I lost, or am I looking at what I learned? And when you determine exactly what happened, you learn not to make that mistake again.
Wow.
That
true.
builds your acumen and judgment and decision-making processes.
Well, Terry, I got to thank you for stopping. Well, I can't say stopping by. I guess stopping what you're doing to give me a call. But no, man, I got to have you in the studio, and I definitely got to have you back on the show, man. Thank you so much for stopping by and letting us know about leadership today. I think that's a very big thing in business, and I think that's a huge thing, especially what you're doing out in South Carolina. Like I said, I can't wait to sit down with you one-on-one here at the radio station, and let's do an even longer show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate you having me. I'm looking forward to spending that time with you again.
All right. Well, coming up next, right after this break, I'll be sitting down with another one of my good leadership experts and friends, Miss Carmelita Scott, the president of the ATL Airport Chamber. She'll be with us right after this break. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now back with the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, Kevin C. Pride. Thank you so much for joining us for Influencer Radio today. And I have a very, very wonderful special guest in studio with me, not on the phone this time. In studio with me, Miss Carmelita Scott. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. You are the president and CEO of the ATL Airport Chamber.
Yes, sir.
So today, seeing how I got all these great leadership experts with me, today we're talking about what makes a great leader. What do you find in your role, because you've been in leadership for a while now? So what do you find makes a very great leader?
I think one of the things is collaboration. You have to be willing to collaborate with those around you.
Okay.
You have to be willing to listen to those above and below you. So you need to also make sure that everyone in the room has a voice. I think that listening is very important for leadership.
Okay.
And without it, everyone's on the same page. And it's okay to be on the same page, but you want all of the different opinions in the room to come together and get to that page.
Wow. Now, I remember one big thing that you taught me was we were talking one day, and we were talking about our staff meetings that we have. And you told me to sit down, don't stand up over people. Sit down, don't sit at the head of the table, sit at the middle to get everybody involved and get people talking.
That's correct, because when you do that, then you're part of the group and your team is more relaxed. So if you sit at the head of the table, then it's a meeting where people think they're listening instead of contributing. If you sit in the middle of the table, then they realize that they can contribute and contribute freely. And if you stand up, you're looking down on people. So think of it this way. If you were in a wheelchair and someone's speaking to you, you want them to squat down to make eye contact with you.
Okay.
You don't want them to stand over you. Well, it's the same thing when you're dealing with your employees.
Wow. That is, I always get such great advice from you, so I'm gonna just use this time to get me some advice. Now, what are some of the things that you've seen being a leader these years? You know, what are some of the things that you have found has been most important in the leadership roles that you've held?
I think those leaders that take the time to mentor others, that's been really, really special for me. I've had some great mentors in my life, and mentors don't often have to be those that you work with.
Okay.
They can be other people as well. My dad was an excellent mentor, but by the same token, one of my brothers was a good mentor as well. So it depends what they're mentoring you about. But, and then I had excellent mentors when I worked for Delta Airlines. I had excellent mentors at ABM. And with the chamber, I have good mentors there too. Some of them are in the ATL Airport Chamber, but others are executives on the outside of the chamber that are with other chambers as well as other organizations. So I think the mentorship piece is really good because you need to bring one along. So when you're ready to go to the next step, there's someone to move into your place.
Okay.
And if everyone keeps doing that, we can all get to the top a little more successfully, but never leave the bottom empty, because if you leave the bottom empty, then the middle management is what is lacking, and that's where things start to fall apart.
Wow. Now, seeing how you did mention the ATL Airport Chamber, tell people about that, because I don't think a lot of people understand about the Airport Chamber and what you guys do and who you serve.
Well, the ATL Airport Chamber started in the 1940s as the Hapeville Chamber.
Wow.
In the 1990s, it was rebranded and became the Airport Area Chamber.
Okay.
And then in 2017, we rebranded again and became the ATL Airport Chamber. So now we're a regional chamber. Our membership goes from New York to Florida over to California because of the logistics companies that we have.
Okay.
We also make a huge effort to promote and support the small businesses in the airport region, as well as to see what we can do to assist with the larger businesses as well. So one of the things we do is leadership is big for us this year. Economic development is big for us this year on the radar.
We just working it out. We're gonna get it.
Economic development is is big for us this year on the radar, and then we want to do something with education. So in order to make that happen, this year we have educators on our board of directors. So we have Dr. Chris Fear from Woodward Academy. We have Dr. Morsace Beasley from Clayton County Public Schools. And then we have Sheila Tenney from Clayton State. And then the list keeps going on with Dr. George Lewis from Atlanta Metropolitan State College.
Wow. Yeah, you do you do have a lot of educators. What are some of the things that you can benefit from being a part of the Airport Chamber? I know you guys do some great events and you have some great opportunities to learn how to do business with the airport and that type of thing. But what are some of the other things that you guys do through the Airport Chamber?
I think networking is big for us. And we network in all different ways. Starting in November, we'll have a networking program called the Coffee Table.
Okay.
And we'll be at the Drip Restaurant in Hateville.
Okay.
The new coffee shop there. Yes. We'll be at the Drip in Hateville, and it's an area time when small businesses can get together and see how small businesses can help other small businesses. How to do business with the airport is a huge success for us. It's October the 10th this year. We sold it out August the 22nd.
Wow.
And it is sold out to room capacity. And during that event, the airport provides someone from procurement, concessions, and construction to talk about how you get a contract with the airport, what you need to do, how to dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure the P doesn't have a curl because then it's a Q, So that's real successful for us.
Okay.
We have a holiday reception in which we allow the leadership, the local municipal leadership to come and speak.
Okay.
So last year we had 2 mayors, and this year we'll have 2 other mayors.
Wow.
So, that's good too, because then it allows those to not only see what the big guys are doing, but it allows them to see what's going on in the municipalities next door to you. And that's always an opportunity for you to network side by side versus, okay, they're in College Park, I'm in Hateville, I need to stay over here. No, we need to all network together because the importance is to have growth in the entire area, and we have to work together as one unit. So all of South Fulton and Clayton County and the airport and the Aerotropolis, and the list goes on again.
Wow.
We all work together collaboratively so that we can promote the Aerotropolis region as one.
Wow. Now, you guys have a huge event coming up. That's your annual meeting, right?
We do, and we're so excited because John Selden, the airport general manager, has just confirmed that he's going to speak and give us a year in review.
Okay.
So this is his first year. So we're going to find out what went on in his first year, and you'll find out just how fantastic it was and what a great leader he is.
Okay.
And then
now, where is he from? Because
he came from New York.
Okay.
From Kennedy Airport.
Okay.
But he always says when he was at Kennedy, he didn't work for an airport till he came to Atlanta. And if he didn't say it, we're saying it for him.
Yes, we got the busiest one in the world.
Right. And then our keynote speaker will be Georgia Commissioner Pat Wilson.
Okay.
And he is the Commissioner of Economic Development for the state of Georgia, and he is going to speak on many topics, but his focus is going to be on state and mega projects. So if you want to know what's going to go on in the state, what's upcoming in the state, and what you need to bid on, you need to come and show up.
Wow.
So that we can tell you about it.
Now, what else do you guys have going on over at the airport now? Because you guys do a lot of stuff.
Well, on October the 24th, we are going to have an event where we will talk about how to get a government contract.
Okay.
And we're doing that in collaboration with the Urban League.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, we're getting around town a little bit here.
I see.
And
you're coming to my neck of woods.
That's right. That's right. You don't think you're going to be here by yourself, do you? And then November 6th, we're going back by popular demand, having our golf tournament. It's golfing with veterans.
Okay.
We have that at Braylon Golf Club in Peachtree City, but we have it always the Wednesday before Veterans Day.
Okay.
And we honor the veterans. So a lot of times when you're at a golf tournament, people will buy a hole sign and it'll have their company name on it.
Uh-huh.
These hole signs have veterans' names on it.
Wow.
So, like, our family buys a whole sign for my dad every year because
Okay.
he was an Army veteran of World War II. And so you'll see signs with Vietnam veterans' names on them. And so it's really a really nice event. And our giveaways are, we give away golf bags for all of the branches of the military.
Wow. I want to go.
So last year was really special because There was a gentleman that won the Air Force bag, and he had been looking for that bag for a long time to give it to his dad because his dad was a pilot in Vietnam. And when he won that bag, it almost brought tears to his eyes because he's like, I can give this to my dad for Christmas. And I'm like, well, you have a month to hide it. So you bring it back to my house if you need to. And he just started laughing.
I hear you. Now, if somebody wants to sign up to be a part or be a member at the ATL Airport Chamber, how do they get in contact with you?
They can sign up right on our website, which is airportchamber.com.
Airportchamber.com.
Yeah, just sign up, follow the menu. You can sign up there. If you'd like personal service, you can call our office, which is 404-209-0910.
Okay.
And if you have further questions, you're welcome to reach out to me direct. Just call the office and ask for me instead of Gilda or Diane, who normally answer the phone.
Okay. Now, what's some of the benefits that we would get by joining the ATL Airport Chamber?
Networking is definitely a benefit, but the support that we're showing for the small business or the business community in general, that's also a benefit. The fact that we're working with the educators in the region to improve the quality of workforce development, that's a benefit, because that's a benefit to the employer as well as the employee, as well as the person that's looking for employment.
That's true.
So, and then we work on air, water, and transportation in a collaborative method with the Regional Business Coalition, which is a group of 16 chambers from the metropolitan area. We come together and work on that together as one. It's a bigger voice.
Wow.
All with the same message. So the message doesn't get diluted because it's, well, I only heard from one chamber, I only heard from two chambers. You get to hear from all 16 of us at one time. So that's one thing that's a benefit if you're in that area. We are working now with some of the transportation companies to see how we can improve transportation around the airport perimeter. For example, when there's an irregular operation at the airport, which means there's a thunderstorm outside.
Okay. I was going to ask you that.
And so there's bad weather outside, so the employees need to stay over until the last plane leaves.
Okay.
Well, that's a little difficult sometimes if they're taking public transportation because there's not always transportation after MARTA stops for the evening.
Okay.
And sometimes, not always, but sometimes MARTA may stop for the evening prior to the irregular operation stopping.
Okay.
So we're looking at ways to assist with that.
Wow.
Yeah, we're working with the Aerotropolis Atlanta CIDs on that, and we're a consultant for CERTA on that.
Wow, okay. And another thing I tell folks all the time, when you join these chambers and once you actually become a part of them, you got to volunteer.
That's right.
You got to start to work with people because that's really how you build those relationships. It's more than just shaking hands.
That's right. And you know what? I need volunteers for the annual meeting. So if you want to volunteer, just call our office. We will be glad to have you.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, telling us all about the ATL Airport Chamber, because I'm sure so many people have not discovered you guys yet, and they really need to be a part of it. Now, do you have to live in a certain area to be a part of the Airport Chamber?
No, we're regional, so you can live anywhere you like. Like I said, our membership goes from New York to Florida and over to California, and we are in all areas of Georgia.
Okay.
So with us, here's the one thing to remember about the ATL Airport Chamber. If you have a business and you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, come join us and we'll take you there. We'll get there together.
That is a powerful statement. Now, one more time, if somebody wants to sign up or wants to get more information, where can they go?
You can go to our website, which is airportchamber.com, or you are welcome to call our office at 404-209-0910.
Well, thank you once again for coming in and spending this time with me today. It has been informational. It has been wonderful. It has been so much fun.
And thank you for having me, Mr. Pride.
All right, Carmelita. We will see you. We'll see you soon. I'll see you at the annual meeting. I definitely will be there.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much, and I got to have you back.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now back with the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, Kevin C. Pride. Thank you, sir. Today, in Atlanta Business Journal Hot Topics, we got Tesla, a Tesla driving itself with Smart Summon. I don't know. Anybody got a Tesla? I ain't got one yet.
That's the auto cars, right?
That's the auto car.
Yeah.
So the Smart Summon wasn't that smart. It hit a parked car.
Oh, wow.
It got into an accident less than a day, and it was all caught on camera. Then the fool that he hit said, well, I don't know what to tell the police because there wasn't nobody driving the car. So I don't even know. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what you do in that situation.
What do you do?
A computer-driven car hits you, I mean, who's at fault?
Yeah.
I guess the owner of the car would ultimately be at fault, right?
They are liable. They're probably the person that's most liable for the situation. But it's
guess.
like, does it head-on thing count? I don't know. This is funny too. There was a story. There's one family. They were driving on a vacation, and they took a picture of their some people driving next to them. They were asleep in the actual car while it was driving on the highway. They had been doing, and they're looking at the people. They look at their speedometer, and they're doing about 75 miles per hour. 2 passengers knocked like a light.
Was it a Tesla?
It was a Tesla.
Oh, what? They got some type of program on there that they can drive straight on the interstate or something. I wouldn't go to sleep on it.
I'm good. I don't trust technology. I've seen The Matrix.
Apple issues new warning for millions of iPhone users. Apple has not had a good week, I must say.
That's an understatement.
iOS 13 was not great. 13.1 was not great. So 13.1.1 seems to be doing just a little bit better. But after the launch of iOS 13 and all the mess that's been with security concerns and the rush of updates are not much better, millions of iPhones were made vulnerable, and the company's radical 2020 iPhone redesign was also leaked, just as Apple is trying to tempt users to its more iterative models. I love when they use words like iterative. Okay, they want y'all to buy the new stuff, all right, because they tired of supporting these old phones. So y'all with the iPhone 3 and the iPhone original, go throw it away. Get you a new phone.
Wow.
Come on to 2019 with the rest of them. I'm just saying, because you know how Apple do it. They break. Everybody know at this point. Y'all break the old phones, so we'll go get the new ones.
You think that's bad? I was just over. We just had our aunt over on my wife's side, and she pulled out an iPod.
An iPod,
like the old ones with the little
like the clicker.
One? The clicker. There's like, and it had a blue screen with black writing.
That thing, it might be worth some money.
It's still like, I think it was the one from Book of Eli. I think that's the one it was exactly that one.
But Apple did put out an announcement saying stop using the bootleg Apple displays because Apple has programmed the glass to be a part of the software. Yes, they said that.
The glass is part of the software. Okay.
The iPhone displays are the operating system is built. Something about the glass is built together. So when you go and get those bootleg screens, like when you go to iFixit and them other repair places, then they put that bootleg screen on your phone, and then it don't work right no more. So I'm just letting y'all know. Also in the news today, Kanye West.
Yeah.
He says Jesus is king. Yes, he is. Kanye West reportedly says he'll only do gospel music from now on. I just don't know. He just officially released his newest work, Jesus is King, but polarizing hip-hop star is already making waves about the future of his music direction. After days of playing his album at public listening sessions, West reportedly said he's done making secular music. For some of y'all folks that don't go to church, that means he through making music for the world. But in Chicago, New York, and Detroit, West showed off his latest album containing no cuss words and delving into religious salvation. Andrew Barber, owner of Fake Shore Drive, is that a thing? Fake Shore Drive, is that a store or something? Oh, a Chicago music blog, said West declared he will only be making gospel music moving forward during the appearance at Chance the Rapper's concert in United Center. I don't know. You think this for real, or you think it's just a publicity stunt? Because he's done this. It's before.
Kanye.
Okay.
I think it's Kanye.
We're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna drop that one off. I'm gonna let y'all decide.
I mean, isn't he supposed to be running for president in 2020?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's Kanye.
I don't know what he's on these days, but it's powerful.
He's on the goodness of the Lord. No, not trying to be funny, but it's like Kanye. Here's the thing about Kanye. All right, is he a musical genius? Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But with that, but we also know that the greatest geniuses out there are crazy.
Yeah. That's
You know,
true.
the greatest artists out there are crazy. Look at Prince,
That's true.
Whitney, Michael.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Sammy Davis. That was like, oh yeah, man, that was coke. Okay. Okay. And the thing about everybody,
Rick James.
exactly. One hell of a drug. But no, really, that's, you got to understand. So when you have that kind of talent and quote unquote genius, crazy genius, you need a check. You need a check valve because you have so much behind you that you're trying to get out, you know. And for him, the longest time, the check was his mother.
Yeah.
And when that poor woman passed away, he replaced her as the most important woman in his life with a Kardashian.
I know, right? With Kim. Big booty Kim. No.
So yeah, so now whenever he says something like the whole Magna hat situation and him going to see Trump or you know, then the Yeezus album, then the church that's not a cult, that's supposed to be real, but everybody wears uniforms. Then the presidential thing, even go back to Katrina. You know,
I think honestly he is probably a publicity type person.
Yes.
And I think he just like some other folks, like our president, for instance, he understands news cycles and he understands I can put this information out. Folks gonna go crazy. They're gonna talk about me, all this type of stuff.
he don't
but
care
at
if
the
he's
end of the day,
famous
they're
or
gonna be talking to
infamous.
me.
He just wants to be
Exactly.
talked about.
As long as y'all talking about me, that's all that matters because that's gonna keep y'all buying these Yeezys and that's gonna keep me relevant in these conversations.
So that's why I say, you know what? It's Kanye.
Tyler Perry said he will not leave Atlanta despite the abortion law backlash in Hollywood. Perry says he cannot just up and leave filming in Georgia despite Hollywood's backlash against the state's heartbeat abortion law. Perry made the remarks Friday, September 27, while discussing the upcoming opening of a massive new Atlanta-based studio. Some celebs have urged TV and film companies to abandon the state after Republican Governor Brian Kemp signed a restriction abortion bill into law.
They're not gonna do it.
No.
I thought they were, and here's the thing about that. I thought it was possible,
Okay.
but I knew that if it was going to happen, it wouldn't be no slow trickle like it is or delayed like it is. It would all happen like if the law
Immediately.
got passed. All right, all these
gotta go.
actors and actresses and producers are pulling out. Right, that didn't happen.
And he's invested a lot in Georgia. I don't see this man going nowhere. I don't blame him.
Yeah, the industry
I get it.
has. I mean, look what's here. Look what, do you know what it would take to pull out of Georgia?
I know, right?
Like how many? Just drive down 75 through downtown and count how many 500 companies you can like that are headquartered
Exactly.
here. So like, you know, I don't see that. Like I said, it was either if it was going to happen, it would have happened.
I think so.
I don't think anybody's going to pull out. Now I do think that they're going to push the heat of it with the, you know, because they're going through the courts right now to decide if that should be an unconstitutional law for Georgia and all that kind of jazz. But
and I think it's gonna get overruled and thrown out. Like
I think so too. I think it's gonna be gone with Kemp. I mean, man, you know, look. This may be an unpopular opinion, but when we're talking about what's going on in the country, when we're talking about like Republicans, GOP, not to get too far off subject.
No, I get it.
I had an interesting thought the other day. You know what this really is?
What's that?
Trump, Kemp, GOP, all this.
Last of a dying breed.
It's white supremacy's last stand.
I think so.
Boris over in Britain. You know,
Okay.
like, you know, and man, they're laughing at him. So funny. It's so crazy. But it's like, you know what it really is? We're learning to laugh at the cancer that has been racism, bigotry, and prejudice that has been, you know, in human history forever.
But it's like I say all the time, the future is all of us working together. And that's what it should be. And that's what it always should be. And that's what we come into.
And apparently Terrence Howard can see the future because I don't know what he's talking about in those interviews. Have you seen that, man?
I saw the picture. I ain't seen the interview.
Ooh,
That dude
brother.
was
Like, bro,
I
not even
saw
just
when he was getting his start.
with the first thing I'm gonna miss a lot of episodes of Empire, bro. Because I'm like, this man look like, you know what he look like? He look like Mekhi Phifer off 8 Mile.
Wow.
That's what he looked like.
I'm gonna move right on. We going out to California with this. California will allow college athletes to profit from endorsements under bill signed by Newsom. Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a bill that will allow California athletes to earn money from the use of their names, images, and likenesses, despite warnings from the National Collegiate Athletic Association
Boo.
that the measure would upend amateur sports. I don't understand that.
You know, no, you do. You do.
No, I
You
get, they
understand
gonna lose
ex-
a lot of money.
No, here's the thing. No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not. They're not going to lose any money. They're going to lose their control.
Oh, okay.
Because right now, what you got to understand is college sports, especially just football alone, is bigger than the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, like and people don't know that. People don't think the NFL is the big. Yeah, it's the big dog.
I think the NFL makes what, like 17
This NFL is worth
billion
annually.
Yeah.
And it's currently worth $77.5 billion.
Okay.
You know, and do you know what competes with that? Nothing. No other individual league compares to the NFL. But collegiate sports isn't a league.
Yeah.
The SEC is a league. The ACC is a league. And who controls all of that? The NCAA.
And they said, let's see, the governor appearing alongside James, the WNBA's Diane Taurasi, I guess, and former UCLA basketball player Ed O'Banion said the new law addressed a major problem for the NCAA. The signing was recorded Friday but released Monday. According to Newsom's office, it's going to initiate dozens of other states to introduce similar legislation.
They ain't going to have a choice.
No, I don't think so.
You know why?
Once I find out I can go to
California
and
it won't,
play for one of them teams,
there you go.
Get what I'm worth.
All the talent's going to start leaving the states. They're all going to flood California. Next thing, and then.
But who was this money going to in the first place? Was it going to the school?
Okay, so this is how it works.
That's what I'm wondering. Who was getting the money in the first place?
So this is how it works. Check it out. Do you know what the highest paid public official in every state is? People think it would be the governor or something like that. No, it is the football coach.
Wow.
Of the team for that school. That's who makes the most. Who's the highest paid public official in Alabama? Nick Saban.
Okay.
Because, do you know why? Because he's the football coach of the University of Alabama.
Okay.
And the University of Alabama is a public school. They're not allowed to keep the money. They have to spend it. So what do you think all those buildings are getting built with and those teachers' salaries are getting boasted with? They have to spend all these millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
So that's where it's going to. And it's like, and here's the thing. The athletes don't mind the money going back to the school. We understand it's collegiate sports. Why can't they make money on their own likeness in person?
I've never understood that myself. If you putting my number and my name on this jersey and then you go out here and sell it because I'm playing and I'm hot right now, don't you think I should get a piece of that?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
And you can listen. I play for Alabama, so I understand that ticket sales and certain things will go to Alabama. I get that. I get a scholarship as a stipend. I get that. Why can't I go make my money because I'm Tua Tagovailoa? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I go make money because I'm Jalen Hurts? Why?
Well, I tell y'all what. Tag us on social media. Tell us your opinion. Should college athletes be able to make money off their name, their likeness, their shoes, their jerseys, their T-shirts, and everything else while they are playing college sports? And I agree with you. I know a lot of folks always say, well, you're getting a free ride, you're getting a free education, that's invaluable. Well, you know.
And half those guys aren't even there for the. Let's be real about it.
I know.
Half the guys
got to go to the NFL.
Yeah, they try to get to the NFL or any league, NFL, CBA, going over to Europe to play. Like they're athletes, they're professional athletes, and the only way to get in, there is no minor league for college football.
That's true.
For football, with baseball, you got the minors.
You got XFL. They stopped doing the XFL.
Well, thanks for showing out, everybody. Come out next week here on the 365. I'm going ahead and start the music on that one.
Y'all join me next week. Join me next week where my guest will be the head of the millennial civil rights movement, Mr. Tails Wynn. He is a stellar young guy that's out here really pushing forward civil rights, making sure that everyone gets counted for the census coming up. And he is pushing to help reduce some of the gun violence that we're seeing, as well as he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So y'all stay tuned and make sure y'all come right here, 6 o'clock next week, Real 1100 AM. I am Kevin C. Pryor, your host. This is Influencer Radio, and we are out.